So I'm 20 weeks today. Still have a whole 20 weeks left.
Now to a story you'll only see here on 11 Alive News.
That's right. So for the very first time, we're hearing from the family of the mother killed outside of a grocery store as they prepare to bury the 25-year-old next week. Shyla Cummings was shot a week ago in a car outside of a Publix on Panola Road in Stonecrest. Well, this afternoon, Isaiah Tarver is in custody, charged in that shooting.
She had a 7-month-old baby girl in the back seat. Nursing school was weeks away. Her whole life was finally moving in the right direction. And then, in an ordinary grocery store parking lot, on an ordinary Tuesday evening, it was over. Not by a stranger, not by someone who didn't know her name, by someone she had loved, someone she had given years of her life to, someone who decided that if she was done with him, she was done with everything. This is the story of Shyla Cummings. And if you've ever loved someone who couldn't let you go, you need to hear every single word of this. Shyla grew up wrapped in the kind of family love that doesn't ask for anything in return. Her father, Roston, didn't just love his daughter, he saw himself in her. The way she thought, the way she carried herself, the way she met the world with her chin up. Her mother, Shamika, would laugh about how those two together could get on her last nerve, because they were so alike it was almost ridiculous. But Shamika wasn't just Shyla's mother. She was her person. Her vacation partner, the woman she called when something good happened, and Shyla was growing into something real. When baby Saria was born, 7 months before that Tuesday evening, something shifted in Shyla.
Y'all, I'm back with another daily haul. Went to Burlington and Walmart, so I'm gonna show y'all everything I got. Okay, so starting with these bows, these cute little bows. These neutral colors, this is cute. Okay, and then got these little bows with the booties. I mean, not the booties, socks. They're so cute. The detail. Cute as fuck. And then I got this little Hello Kitty bows and mittens. Super duper cute. Alright. Now I got this little outfit. Homegrown cuteness. And let's see. So cute. That one. Right. Washcloth. Of course, these. Pants. Pink and polka dot. I'm just so excited. Look at the little robe, y'all. This is too cute. Look at the little elephant. I could just see her in this already. Got some bibs. Little Miss Fabulous with some socks. And got some more business socks. Little cutie. It's cute. I got her these little mini shoes. Cute. Super duper cute. Okay, hold on. Let me grab the other bag. Okay, got her these little socks. Cute. See? I got a lot of stuff today, y'all. This girl gonna take all my money. Then this little set, mom plus dad alarm clock. Then it comes with the pants and a long sleeve shirt. That's super cute. Hello Kitty. These were so cute. I had to get it like, look. This is super, 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 super cute. Look. I love this one. I really do. The sweetest thing. Like, this one is so cute, right, y'all? Then I got her these little ones, long sleeve onesies. This is 3 to 6 months, so that's perfect. Got this one too. This one is 0 to 3 months, though. This is my favorite one. This little Nike outfit. It's so cute. Like, this is too cute. Then I got this Hello Kitty set. Come with the hat, socks, the bibs, and the mittens. That's so cute, y'all. And then some more bibs. And that's all I showed y'all these already, but this is all I got from Burlington. Now I'm gonna show y'all what I got from Walmart. Got this little set. This is so cute. It's a little sweater, pants, and a shirt. That's super duper cute. This all white set, Gerber set. Comes with the hat, long sleeve, little sweater. Got her a little thing to look for the pacifier. Got her some pacifiers. I got her these pacifiers too. Got some more mittens, super cute. More pants. These both 3 to 6 months. And I think that's everything. Yep, that's everything I got today. Baby girl's taking all my money, but it's okay. I really like these though. These are so cute, y'all. I'm gonna start getting her more shoes. But these are like the first pair of shoes I bought, I think. But this is a great start. Like, she won't even be here till September, and I got all this stuff already. Plus what I've been bought, plus what people brought me for the gender reveal. She's gonna be super straight. But thank y'all guys for watching. Make sure y'all follow me. Bye.
Her family will tell you motherhood didn't slow her down. It lit a fire under her. She became more focused, more grounded, more sure of the direction she was heading. Nursing school was starting in August, a goal she had worked for, a life she had built on her own terms, piece by piece. Her mother called her someone who was striving, not coasting, climbing. And she was almost there. There was a man named Isaiah Tarver in Shyla's life, 23 years old. The two of them had history, the kind that doesn't sit still, on again, off again, pulling apart and coming back together long past the point where walking away would have been the healthier choice. And as Shyla stepped deeper into her future, it became clear that Tarver was not ready to watch her go. Here is what people don't say out loud often enough about relationships like theirs. The on and off cycle creates a pattern. One person starts to grow, starts building a life that doesn't have the other person at the center of it, and the other person starts to feel that distance like a threat. Shyla's parents gave her space, the way parents do when their child is an adult trying to figure out her own life. Roston respected that. He didn't push into the parts of her world she kept private. He would carry that decision with him for the rest of his life, not because he did anything wrong, but because grief has a way of walking you back through every moment you thought you were doing the right thing, and making you wonder if you should have pushed harder. Shyla was putting distance between herself and whatever she and Tarver had left between them. She was focused on Saria, on school, on the life ahead of her. And for some men, that is the most dangerous moment of all. Not the argument, not the confrontation. The moment she stops looking back. Just after 7:20 on a Tuesday evening, the Publix on Panola Road in Stonecrest, Georgia was doing exactly what it does every single night. Cars pulling in and out, people grabbing groceries, living the ordinary rhythm of a regular evening. Nobody expected anything. Shyla pulled into that parking lot with baby Saria in the back seat, 7 months old, strapped into her car seat. Too young to understand a single thing about what was about to happen feet away from her. Isaiah Tarver was there. Whether he followed her, whether he knew she'd be there, whether this was planned or something that had been building inside him for a long time and finally broke through, what we know is this. When it happened fast. Gunshots tore through that parking lot. Shyla Cummings was hit, and she would not survive it. DeKalb County Police arrived to find 2 people on the ground, both with gunshot wounds. Shyla died right there at the scene. She never made it to a hospital. She never got a chance. After shooting Shyla, Tarver had turned the gun on himself. He survived. Stable condition. Taken to a nearby hospital. Alive. And through all of it, through the gunshots and the chaos and the sirens, baby Saria was still in that car. Physically unharmed. 7 months old. In the back seat while her mother's life ended feet away from her. Let that land. That baby girl will never have a memory of that evening. But it happened. It is real, and the weight of it will follow her family for the rest of their lives. DeKalb County Police didn't have a mystery to untangle. The shooter was right there, still at the scene, when officers arrived. Isaiah Tarver was identified immediately. He and Shyla were known to each other. Their history wasn't a secret. This was not random. This was personal. Shyla's family did not let the story stay soft around the edges. They named it exactly for what it was: domestic violence.
Only on 11 Alive tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from the family of this woman, 25-year-old Shyla Cummings. She is the young mother shot and killed outside a Metro Atlanta Publix last week. As her family prepares to say goodbye, we're learning about the relationship between Cummings and the man accused of pulling the trigger. 11 Alive's Chase Howell heard from the victim's family today.
Shyla Cummings' family says that she and Isaiah Tarver have been dating off and on for a few years and that domestic violence has been a problem in the past. But what makes matters so much worse here is that they say that Shyla's 7-month-old daughter was in the car when she was killed.
Keep our family strong, Almighty Father God.
Saria will never know what it's like to grow up with a mother, but she'll always be a piece of her for her family to hold on to.
Her daughter is like almost like Shyla 25 years ago. Same exact way, adorable, beautiful.
Roston and Shamika Cummings say their daughter Shyla was killed as a result of domestic violence. They say she was on her way to start nursing school in August.
She was in the peak of her life, striving, she was the best, that was like my vacation partner and everything,
The Cummings described their daughter as a beautiful soul who loved being a mom.
Oh, she wanted a girl and she got her wish. She was an excellent mom, I think Saria came and even changed her and she became more independent, and she became more responsible.
But while she was independent, Roston says she was a daddy's girl.
She was my twin, she, everything just like me. The mother used to say, me and her used to get on her nerves.
As for parents who may have a child enduring domestic violence,
just being involved, and pay attention, and just be there for your child. That's the best you can do.
Just always find out what's going on in their day-to-day life, their private life. That's something I didn't want to get involved, because it's up.
Clearly, publicly, without hedging, because by the time it ends in a parking lot, there is almost always a trail. There are signs. There are moments where someone close to the situation felt something was wrong, but didn't know how far to push, didn't want to overstep, didn't want to make it into something bigger than it looked, until it becomes the biggest thing there is. Once Tarver was stabilized, he was taken into custody and booked into DeKalb County Jail. The charge was murder with malice, not manslaughter, not a charge with soft edges. Malice murder in Georgia means one thing clearly. This was intentional. There was a decision made. A life was taken on purpose. Baby Saria went home with Rostin and Shamika, the same two people who raised Shyla. And Rostin will tell you, with the quiet weight of a man who has seen too much, that his granddaughter moves through the world carrying her mother's face. Her daughter is almost like Shyla 25 years ago. Same exact way. Adorable. Beautiful. He is raising his daughter's daughter now. And Shamika, standing in the middle of her own grief, still reached a hand back toward every parent who hasn't lost their child yet. Just be involved. Pay attention. Just be there for your child. That's the best you can do. That is not blame. That is a mother, broken and still standing, trying to make sure someone else's child makes it home. Rostin echoed her. Just always find out what's going on in their day-to-day life, their private life. That's something I didn't want to get involved in because it was her private life. He gave her room because he respected her, and he is living with that now, not because he failed, but because love cannot always reach into the places we step back from out of respect. Domestic violence exploits that gap. It lives in the private life. It counts on the privacy that the people around the victim protect out of love, the controlling behavior, the isolation, the escalating tension that only the two people inside the relationship fully feel. All of it happens in the space that the people who love her are most careful not to intrude upon. By the time it breaks out into the open, it's often already too late. Asking your daughter, your sister, your friend, "Hey, are you actually okay?" Not just okay, but really okay, is not overstepping. It is love doing its job. What drove Tarver to that parking lot is not a mystery. It is a pattern that researchers, advocates, and survivors have described in the same language for decades. The belief that another person belongs to you, that their independence is a threat, that their happiness without you is an act of aggression against you. It is not about love. It has never been about love. It is about ownership. And when the thing you believe you own starts to walk away for good, some people choose destruction over release. He decided that if he couldn't have her future, she didn't get one either. And he turned the gun on himself immediately after, which tells you everything. It was never about her. It was about him, his pain, his loss, his inability to exist in a world where she moved forward without him. She paid for that with her life. Nursing school in August. It sounds like a small thing when you say it out loud, but it was proof. Proof that she was more than what the hardest parts of her life had tried to reduce her to. Proof that the future she had mapped out for herself and Saria was real and reachable. She never got to August. Every single day in the United States, more than 3 women are killed by a current or former partner. Not every week, not every month, every single day. Shyla Cummings is one name, one face, one family sitting in a house that still smells like someone who isn't coming back. But behind her name is a number. And behind that number are thousands of other names. We tell these stories one at a time because one at a time is the only way the weight of it actually lands. Because when you hear 3 women a day, it is a statistic. When you hear Shyla, when you hear that her mama called her a vacation partner, when you hear that her baby girl has her same face, it becomes something you cannot simply scroll past. Saria will grow up knowing who her mother was, not just what happened to her. Rostin and Shamika will make sure of that. She will know that her mother was striving, that she had nursing school waiting, that she loved her daughter with everything she had and was building a life worthy of that love. No verdict gives any of that back. Justice matters. But it is not the same as Shyla coming home. which is why the family's focus was never just on the courtroom. It was on the conversation, on the awareness, on the possibility that someone watching Shyla's story might recognize something in it that saves a life that hasn't been lost yet. That is the legacy they chose to build from the rubble of their grief. Shyla Cummings was 25 years old. She had a daughter who looked exactly like her, a mother who was her best friend, a father who saw himself in her, nursing school in August, a future that was real and within reach, and a man who could not separate love from ownership took all of it away in a parking lot on a Tuesday evening. She deserved better. Soraya deserves a mother. Shamika deserves her vacation partner. Roston deserves his girl. And every woman right now, in a relationship that makes her feel small or trapped or afraid to leave, deserves to know that her life is worth more than staying. The National Domestic Violence Hotline is available right now. 1-800-799-7233. Free, confidential, around the clock, in more than 170 languages. You do not need to be certain. You do not need to wait until it gets worse. You just need to make the call. Shyla was striving. She was climbing. She was so close to everything she had worked for. Rest, Shyla. We told your story. We said your name. And we are not done paying attention.